Coming off 9 under in the first round, 7 under going out. So we know that the front 9 is very gettable. Gotta do better on the back 9. Coming off the back tees here, the winds get a little bit faster out of the northwest. Moderate, moderate, moderate. So greens get slowed down, which should hopefully be to our benefit, because once you're starting to get up to faster greens on these things, stuff wants to roll. And I am not a big fan of when stuff wants to roll. I really like sitting things down, stopping it. That's more my speed. But here we go. All right, brain doing a little bit of overcompensation there. We were pushing so many shots out to the right last time. Now we get a big pull left, but that'll do just fine for us here. Hey, what's going on, Ben? All right, downhill, little bit of wind. I think we can just give this a little bit of loft. I think that's all it's gonna take. Settle. They're 134 greens. Why are you rolling so much? Because you're 3 inches downhill, that's why. Alright, so uphill putt, sweeping right to left. Gonna get started on that inside line, go and break a little bit, and then towards the end of the putt, we're gonna be diving across just a little bit more. We wanna go through that side door. All right, good read. Good read on number 1 here. 1 under is always a very, very good way to start. Ooh, that is a mean pin there. 202 to carry it with 107. I don't know. I can maybe squeeze my 6-iron. But even if I squeeze my 6-iron to there, full backspin, it's 8 yards to go. It seems dangerous, but I'm just trying to think, like, my only other play is to leave myself with like a 35-footer from back here, and I don't love that, so gonna try and play a fully backspun 6 and try and just hit the fringe and hope that the rollout is good.
Yeah, now the knights are saying, icky, 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 patang,
Swordbird!
Aye.
Welcome back for 3 months. Thank you for choosing to use your Prime sub over here. I hope you continue to enjoy your faces. How have you been? Congrats on the Albatross. Still in the frozen wasteland that is the Midwest, so video game golf will have to suffice. Ah, that slow is gonna be very bad.
O Lord, bless this thy hand grenade, that with it thou mayst blow thine enemies to tiny bits.
That stings a little bit.
Mercy.
Boom, Mikey. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so that was not a good strike. I just never quite felt right. Maybe that means that I shouldn't take it. Hey, Mikey, welcome. So it's uphill, but then it's fairly flat, maybe. Yeah, fairly flat once we're behind. Maybe get this out here. Try and stop it then. That's not too shabby. That is not too shabby at all. Rundown man. Fly, eagles, fly on the road to victory. He is absolutely fly, eagles, fly. Little Super Bowl run going on. Yeah. Bad first and last rounds to the Alfie's not gonna mean much. Yeah, but it's still just one of those shots that's rare enough, right? It's one of those shots just rare enough that it does hurt when like you hit the ace or the albatross in competition and it doesn't like help to propel you. But it's always a lot of fun to hit them. Soon get that green Empire State Building image out of your retinas. Yeah, that's always gonna be a tough one, being on the receiving end of a loss to a team like a division rival like that. Let alone, you know, twice as even than 3 times. Like, it's just kind of the sucker punch. Definitely a bit longer there than I'm expecting. Purdy's got a torn UCL. I mean, you have to assume that there was something up, right? Like, something was torn or whatever. Like, your arm just isn't meant to bend that way. And so I don't think it takes much when you have an arm coming in like that and batting yours back like this. Like, that's just not, it's like that combination of like your shoulder kind of maxes out and then anything beyond that, and with the force that they're coming in with, like, that's gonna bust something. All right, a little bit downhill. I want to be here, there, something like this. Whoa, that was all. I'm glad I moved it back in a touch. That was danger close. Given expectations so low this season, Empire State Hack Job was just too much of a troll. I haven't seen anything with that, to be honest. Alright, I don't love that we're this far up the left-hand side of the fairway given the tree line here. There's a narrow little window here, it seems like. So trying to go driver off the deck is going to require a little bit of curl. Probably still up on the New York Post site. I'll have to give that a look afterwards. 269. 269 yards would require like a 90% lie. This is definitely long, so we gotta bring this back a little bit. All right. The dreams. This is a very narrow window shot. I think I'll just take being on the green here. I don't think we can get too greedy with it. Obviously, I always seem to overshape these drives and get them too far down. I always think that they're not gonna carry as far. All right, so we've got right to left at our feet. Seems like we've got some pretty significant right to left. Everywhere maybe flattens out a little bit more by the hole. So this is definitely gonna be one that comes out, is there, rolls a little bit. Maybe, nah, I'm gonna play this more on this side, I think. Yeah. Tough on the longer ones, you're just really playing a guessing game. This is round 2, Sword. This is round 2. So we're on a very similar start to round 1. Which, spoiler for those that are gonna watch that, you know, maybe hop in on this round first on YouTube and not round 1. Hot start. But we gotta keep it up all the way through. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. So head down, we're gonna try and keep scoring, but when it comes to the back 9, head's gotta stay down. We've gotta make some better decisions and give ourselves some better opportunities to score as we go here. So like something like this, I don't want to overthink it too much, but like I have to keep in mind that I think this is already long. So then you get the loft. Loft doesn't quite play enough, so you have to add a little bit more, and I'm hoping that I don't shortchange myself here all of a sudden. Oh. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep pouring on the birdies, because we're gonna have to put something pretty wild together here through the course of this round if we want to try and catch back up to the lead. All right, so 8-iron. This was, no, I'm thinking of a different hole, maybe. Eight-iron down is to about 180. We're just leaving ourselves too much distance there. 7-iron is probably gonna carry around pin high. So maybe you try and land it a little bit short with backspin so that it's not as far of a rollout. I like the way that strike felt. I don't like, though, that I shape it that much. I know I overhit it, but I don't like that I shape it that much and I carry long. I'm okay with rolling long. But to be that far off on the carry kinda stings. Alright, fairly flat behind the hole, does kinda roll off. Got some left to right in here. Something like here. More break. All right. Tough Tough, tough, tough. I see the break, but there's just way more in there. Oh, this is like deja vu. Are we gonna end up in the rough again? Sit, 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 sit. All right, I think moderate fairways are probably bailing us out on that one. So we're gonna have to make sure left side is death, right? So can't be flirting with that left side too much. I want to go at the pin, but I want to be on the right hand side of anything. It's probably gonna leave us downhill a touch, but of course it's a pull fast. Of course it's a pull fast. Oh man, that's scary. That's so incredibly scary. Get lucky though. Definitely get lucky. Tough stuff here because I can't quite tell. My eyes are mostly telling me straight. I am feeling a little bit right to left. Maybe it's a little left to right at the end. All right, we're gonna hit it straight and hope for the best. I'm seeing too many right and left things going on there, so I have to hit it straight. If you go to cameras, the first camera setting there, putting and approach cam, that'll give you some toggleable putting options. And cameras from, I think it's 45 yards and in, you can start, it replaces your scout cam. 239, if we take hybrid and roll it out, I think. If we fade the corner here, bound it down, maybe we just take the pitch shot. I feel like our pitches have been decent enough. I feel like our pitches, like, they're not our best shot by any means, but I feel like we've been getting by. And I think we can probably take a stock shot here just because the wind. I think the wind comboed with the downhill will put us in a really good spot. Little fast in the pull. It's kind of always the risk, right? It's always the risk with it. The shot just feels different enough, and I wasn't able to keep myself slowed down to the point that I'm comfortable with. All right. Right to lefter. Inside line, drifting a little bit. I think we can catch that right side from here. Nope. Broke too much. And the speed of it getting us in trouble too. Okay. Okay. Sometimes gonna get it wrong. Sometimes gonna get it wrong. Scud is at the moment running away with this one. But it's a tough course and it's Scud, so there's really no surprise here. There is really no surprise at all. I wonder if you get this shot out far enough, if that feeds you down into like a good spot, or if you want to just be up top here. There's always something to be said about the like cleaner lie. All right, 153, 161, you get wind at the back. Definitely gonna carry out into like the upper 160s, low 170s. I feel like this 9-iron carries too far though. Just given everything that we've seen up to this point, the 9-iron would definitely carry too long. But do you try and take the pitching? I think you do. I think you play the baby draw on the pitching wedge. I think you play it just a little bit out to the right. Get this to turn over a little bit. I pulled it. Really thought the baby draw was gonna give a little more distance. That's really what I was banking on, but given the little bit of pull gets us too far to the left. So unfortunately, when you play for the straight shot there, the miss 3-4 yards to the left is just absolute killer. All right, this should be short and then want to roll. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of backspin so that it doesn't roll quite as much. Flick it out left, roll it back right. Oh, a little bit too short. Hey, Renferno, know how to join Crossplat on this game? Crossplat is not in the game yet, so you can't join it at this moment. When it is in the game, I believe it's gonna be through room codes, or if you're in matchmaking, it's just gonna match you up. But yeah, as it stands, it is not in the game yet. Oh, so that pull to the left is going to get us kicked into the rough. No, it's slated for Season 2. It was a little bit of false advertising. Or maybe not false advertising, but a little bit of deceptive advertising. They talked about it. Season 2 came out. And it is coming out in Season 2, but Season 2 goes until, like, late March. So, we might not see it till March. I think we have to do something like this. Kind of just playing for this 4-iron to come out on the right-hand side of the bunker and roll up somewhere good. Well, that came out a little more left. Jeez. It's going to be a quick downhill putt, but that definitely turned out more than turned out way better than I expected it to. Fairly flat once you get down to the flag. And I think it still has a little left to right break. It's just how much is it gonna break at the top? Something like here. Really good read. Really good read. Just a little too much. Just a little too much pace on it. All right. Deserve more there, Kara? You think so? I don't know. Feel like a deserve nothing kind of guy, you know? The pull shot, it's so bad. Why am I getting... I feel like I'm lofting a bunch, but I'm like not getting anywhere close to... I'm still like completely sailing shots, so... Lots of misconceptions in my head. Right to lefter, I think? Definitely sweeps right to left at the start. Maybe a little bit at the end, but not as much. Tough hole. Tough hole. Lofting with wind on your back. Need a little bit more loft unless it's a lob or sandwich. Yeah, but I know how much shaping I have on my irons, so I think that's the part that trips me up still. Like, I understand that I need more, but for it to still carry past the hole, like, it'd be one thing if I was landing just a little bit closer to the flat, but I'm like trying to land it with enough for a hop. So it's just like there's a bit of a disconnect in like how much loft I'm actually applying to what I think I'm applying. But it's probably because of that ramp up, right? The first couple clicks are not near as much. All right, sand wedge, pitch shot. We should hopefully be able to shape this just enough. I have not been able to get that pitch tempo to be anything consistent today. Sometimes great, but most times just off. But maybe we can still make birdie. It's uphill, it's breaking left to right. We know that it's gonna be on that inner line there and get and turn as it comes up the hill. Or not. Yeah, that's cool too. All of the break can happen beyond the hole. Okay.
So Pringle has found his spot in the nursery. The play mat is in the corner. That is where he has been for the past couple of days. Just hanging out, loving life.
Alright. As it stands, I think we have to avoid pitch shots. That was a little bit flirtatious. But I think the way that we've been missing the tempos and how punishing it is, I think we're just gonna have to avoid pitch shots for the time being. Which sucks because they are super useful. They are super useful shots, and we've had some good success with them, but I'm losing it on distance control, man. I'm like, everything is just long today. Like, I know I hit that fast, but like, there's just stuff that I'm not quite perceiving properly, and it's kind of driving me up a wall. That doesn't break enough. What's going on, Eric? Would not impact on lob sand as much? 70% of the wind or less. Well, I guess it depends on how you're perceiving. Like, it definitely plays less, but then there's then also the effect of the loft on top of it. Yeah, I think I play somewhere. I think my lob wedge car, I play somewhere closer to like 60% on the tailwind. Okay, I've been long, so let's just take what we think is gonna happen, and then I think this is gonna be. It's gonna break my brain because now all of a sudden I'm gonna end up being like way shorter. I'm gonna play it stock. I'm gonna trust. I'm probably still gonna be long. Way out to the right. Jeez, man. Alright, so our game has just not been the greatest today. See, we've got a fair amount of break on it. I think maybe a little bit less. Try and bleed this thing from right to left. Came out so short and so straight. Like, I have such a hard time chipping and putting. It's been bad of late. It's been bad of late. The confidence on shots is not there. For whatever reason, I just like can't quite get it together. All right, let's slow it down. Let's try and do something here. 208. We've got some wind at the back. It should carry us into the teens, right? And so that's unfortunately there. So maybe what we do is we play a little bit of draw and we play it more for center green and let it roll because it's a 6-iron with tailwind. Naturally, I pull it anyway. Rough day at the office. Rough day at the office. It's gonna be slick. Put the brakes on. Leave it room to roll. Oh, the head games, man. The head games. This back nine just eats me up every time. Just eats me up every time. I know that we're like missing some shots here and there, but no bueno. No bueno. Tough course. It'll be interesting to see how we play this on Plat. Obviously, we'll have a little bit more information on each shot, and hopefully that'll help with some of these par 3s, because I feel like the par 3s right now, with how blind everything is, it really, really makes it tough. Alright, so long as we don't push it, we should be fine. A little bit better. Maybe it's a little better if I, like, commit to actually... How is it that much break, man? It's 134s. Just... Not good. Just not good. 9-iron with some room to roll. I think I probably still need to give it a little bit of loft, because... Okay. Yeah, I've lost ball straight. Like, I've been so in my head about everything. Get enough things that don't go the right way. We struggled in the first round with ball striking, and it's coming back to bite us here. Okay, let's at least try and slow ourselves down on a putt like this. Really tough pin position. Probably would be, even with a good shot, wouldn't have been in that great of a position for this pin. So we're going uphill. It's gonna break left to right. Not terrible. I definitely chickened out a little bit when it comes to playing enough break there. Thinking up the hill, we might lose some. Come on, don't do this to me. Give me a chance to go for green. All right. Uphill, into win. Freaking tree. Freaking tree. Oh god. That's a tight angle. So 201 to the front edge. Might do us good to try and play this hybrid in. It's just a matter of how poorly does this turn out. I don't actually think it's gonna take all that much. I'm just gonna play the shot shape, try and bring it in from the right. There's a good strike, it's coming around. Little bit long. Oh! Oh! It did the kiss and comeback? Stay. Well, that's a nice surprise. Oh, that's kind of a wonderful surprise, if you ask me. Thanks. I'll take eagle on the last. Oh, the back nine is killing me though. The back nine is absolutely killing me. Oh, hot dang. Hot dang. All right, well, we're on par with most everyone else. Scud's just hats off to the guy. He's just way better than us.